Good afternoon. I'm Cheryl Mercedes. We are standing by awaiting a live news conference by Harris County Precinct Constable 4's office regarding a hit and run in which a 30-year-old man was killed this morning on his bicycle. We're told that investigators were able to possibly identify the suspect through surveillance video in an area. He apparently left the scene and then left the vehicle running and left on foot. So at this time, we are going to go to the press conference to hear what officials have to say on the possible identity of that suspect and the victim.
Whenever y'all are ready. Get called and said he got stuck on something else, so you got me. Y'all good? I'm Assistant Chief Toby Hecker, Tobyhecker, with Constable Mark Herman's office, Precinct 4. Thank y'all for coming up today. We got a lot of phone calls involving in reference to a crash this morning, so we want to make everybody aware of where we are standing at this point in time. About 8:30 this morning, we received a call in the intersection of Brundage and Airtex, which is just west of 45, in reference to a major crash. When deputies arrived on scene, they found a male on the ground with some very serious medical conditions, injuries he had, and the deputies immediately began life-saving first aid. EMS showed up a short time later. They took over CPR from our deputies. Unfortunately, the male passed away on location. He was on a bike at the time when he was struck by a black SUV vehicle. Witnesses on the scene were able to tell us that it was a black car, a black SUV, but they weren't able to give us much more description other than that. We immediately began to saturate the area with deputies and with the K-9 unit. I'll explain the K-9 unit in a minute, but the deputies were able to find the vehicle about a mile away. And then we also were able to find video of the car striking the guy on the bicycle. No brake lights before or after, kind of sped up, took off fleeing, and had damage to the car. About a mile down the road, the tires had degraded enough where she had to bail out of her car. We called the K-9 to the scene, and as one of our scent-specific K-9s was able to actually track the actual scent of this person. We were able to get a direction of travel from the K-9, follow the track for a while until it disappeared in a cul-de-sac, which we anticipate she got into another car at that point. Because of the track of the K-9, we were able to get video, and so we have video of her actually bailing from the car and which direction she was going. We do have a good ID of her, and we are in the process of filing charges. I was hoping we would be able to release her name now, and we had the charges filed, but the warrant isn't signed yet, but it will be soon. And as soon as it is, we're going to send out a press release to all of everyone that's here. And we really need your help and ask for your help to put this out on your stations and let us know where she is, because we have many units standing by ready to go pick her up. All right, do you have any questions?
What can you tell us about her? If not her name, what can you say about what you know?
We can tell you we've got a good idea who she is. Like I said, we've got charges down there, filing charges, talking to the judge right now. We believe we will get charges filed on her, a failure to stop and render aid, which is involving death. We won't be able to prove anything else at this point, but it is a second-degree felony. I can tell you inside the vehicle we did find some illegal narcotics. We don't know if they were hers, if they're the owner of the car. That stuff is still under investigation.
Can you tell us where she bailed on the car and where she entered the next car or the general area?
No, it was maybe 2 blocks away. She left on her car. We were able to track from the K-9 there in the direction she went. We were able to get some video from some cameras in the area of her actually getting out of the car and running, and some videos from some businesses in the area that showed us exactly how the wreck happened.
So, is it believed that she lives in this neighborhood where she bailed out of the vehicle?
We don't believe so. We don't know for sure yet. All we have is what we think is on a driver's license, but we've not been able to talk to her to confirm that she still lives there, and been able to get any answer at the house that was there. So we don't believe she lives there. We believe she pulled in there trying to get away, and the tires on her car were no longer drivable, and it seized up, and so that's where she had to get out, and she ran. And most likely, she probably called somebody to come pick her up.
And is the person that she called, could they face charges?
They could, yes, they could. Yeah,
Are they going to?
if we've identified them, we've actually are in the process of getting search warrants for her cell phones, so.
And, what, the tires, went,
When she struck the bicycle, it caused enough damage to the car that she was still able to leave at a fairly high rate of speed, but it was enough that eventually it shredded the tires to where they were no longer being able to drive, so.
what can you share about the victim? He was from the area of Sumer?
We believe from the area, he was on a bicycle. We're not gonna release a name right now because we're still not sure if his family's been all the way notified and his extended family knows. Mid-30s, black male.
Do we know, like, where he was headed?
No.
Anything about him at all?
No, we do not at this time.
And will you be releasing any of the video to us once you name her? to
Yes. Yeah, eventually we'll get the video out. Right now it's evidence in the crash, so it may not be released right away, but eventually it will be.
Is there any indication of why she hit this person? Was there some sort of obstacle in the way that she didn't?
No, there was not. There was not. He was turning left onto the intersection. He pulled out in front of her. She hit him, and she just kept going. Like I said, no brake lights, no nothing.
If he pulled out in front of, would she have faced charges if she hadn't left? If he pulled out in front of her and she hit him?
Still under investigation. Preliminary, possibly, but not the charges she's facing now.
Like if the narcotics?
Yeah, there could have been other things involved with it. Correct.
So the bicyclist, I mean, was wearing like anything that would have made them like, easier to see, like. any-
No, he was not. But it was 8:30 in the morning. It was daylight. He was very visible. Yeah.
Can you tell us anything more about the narcotics or what you found?
No, I don't have that information with me at this time. I just know there's some illegal substances in the vehicle.
What kind of car she was driving?
What kind of car? It was a black or a dark gray Mercedes SUV.
I believe was it Cadillac though?
I'm sorry, it was a Cadillac. You're correct. Yeah, Mercedes when it first came out. It was a Cadillac. Yeah. And we've got some pictures of the car and stuff there. I think it was sent out to your stations, but if y'all want to get some still shots of that, you can, and then we'll send them back out. And this isn't where the accident happened. This is where she left the car, and there is a still shot from a camera of here from one of the areas that was able to get a camera of her running from it. And you can do that now or after. It doesn't matter. Any other questions I can answer at this time?
Is that the only image, that last one, is it the only image that y'all are releasing, or is there gonna be actual video?
The video is it's going to be up to the district attorney's office because it's going to be evidence of the actual crash. Some of this video we may release if trying to get, like I said, we're going to really need the outlet's help, and we're asking for your help to get this out. So once we know her location, we got people standing by to pick her up. So hopefully when she sees this, she doesn't wait till the deputies are there at the door. This is a second-degree felony, and so there'll be many people looking for her.
I can't tell from this angle, but is that her in
That is her, correct.
the picture? And where
Yes.
where is that?
That is the place where the car was abandoned at,
Is that like
off of Bayberry Meadows, I believe is the name of the street.
Is that a resident or an office building?
It's in a neighborhood.
Okay.
It is not her house. That's just where she
Where she
fled.
happened to be.
Yeah,
Okay, and that's her vehicle? No,
correct.
that's her vehicle behind the.
That's the
motorcycle?
vehicle that was involved in the wreck, correct?
And all the pictures of it.
I know this is kind of a silly question to ask, but can you just speak to the importance of stopping when you get involved in something like this? Because it might not always be your fault. You might not always face such a serious charge if you just stop.
Correct. And then a lot of the times people leave, more than half the time it's not your fault. We see it a lot with new drivers, with teenagers that are afraid, don't know what to do. Stop. So the majority of the time when you get in a wreck, and it's called an accident for a reason. You might get a ticket, you might get a citation because you ran a red light, you did something. But when you leave, you're looking at actual crime that can affect you for the rest of your life. Something in this instance, this is a second-degree felony. This is up to 20 years in jail because of this, is what she could be facing. To where if she stopped, it could have been nothing. It could have been a citation. It could have been a much lesser penalty. And things like this, there's people all over. There's a lot of policemen in the area when this stuff gets put out that are looking for that bike. You've got all the different police agencies. You've got the fire EMS that hear about it. You've got record drivers that hear about it. You got people up in helicopters, they're all looking for this because it puts out over the radio and everyone's looking for it. And it's almost a certainty we eventually find the vehicles involved in this, as you've seen the last couple of weeks as it's been out.
What
Was
did you,
it, sorry, was it, the vehicle, did it actually belong to her, or was it?
We do not believe so at this time.
So is it possible it was stolen?
It was not stolen, no.
Did she have any, since I know you said you know who she is, you can't release her name, but did she have any criminal history?
Not in Harris County, but I haven't looked any further.
what about the vehicle that picked her up? Are you putting out any description?
We don't have a description of that at all yet. We do have, like I said, we have her, we're able to track down her cell phone number. We have video of her on her cell phone, so we are getting a search warrant to find out. We'll be able to get GPS locations off of that to where she went, so.
Okay, so
Okay, any other questions?
anything else we didn't
Just to
know?
clarify, it was an electric bicycle the victim was riding? or-
Yeah, it was, I'm not sure if it was a fully electric or just one of those assisted ones with the pedals and you can add it onto it, but it did have some type of small electric motor on it.
Is it believed that that person lived in the area?
Again, we don't have an ID on him yet, so I don't
Okay,
know.
okay.
I assume he's not too far away being on a bike, but
Anything else that
Nope.
you can tell us that we didn't know?
no, I appreciate y'all coming out, and like I said, as soon as we can get that warrant signed, which should be hopefully in the next hour or so, we'll push this information back out to all the outlets, and we need your assistance to at least, so people know to call us and tell us where she is, because we got people standing by waiting to pick her up. All right,